Egyptology lovers, so now I'm going to show you the beginning of plate 3. We're going to move it over in two more scenes, but the one that I'm talking about right now is the drawing that I had done. What you have here is a group of priests holding the barque of Sokar, his shrine, is basically as they transport him over to the plinth that I'm going to be drawing after. And you can see here the high priest is dressed in his leopard skin, which is traditional, and he's being followed by his lector priest, or his priests as well, who are cleansed, shaven heads, traditional clothing for these priests, and as they carry the barque over to the plinth that I'm going to be designing shortly here, and then giving offering, and then finally to Sokar sitting on his shrine, and then offering again with the litany with his names as well. So this is it. This is the drawing, and you can see a little bit over here, the design, and the barque. And there it is, the barque of Sokar. Welcome back, Egyptology lovers. So now for the plate 3, you could see where I started off. You could see the progression coming down there. So over here you have me now bowing in praise to the barque of Sokar, with the Old Kingdom god, with the priest carrying him, of course the high priest in the middle, and his lector priest over here. And above here I'm going to have some inscriptions to Sokar as a kind of like praise to him, standard formulas. And as you continue now, let me just show you myself, and as you continue, you can see the barque being transported, and then you see me leaning on a reed mat. And over here, you see the barque of Sokar placed on a plinth, and basically they just shifted it over, and then there's some offerings over here. You could see the stability and the on for life with some lotus and some urns and different in the collar. And you can see I'm going to put the 45 names of Sokar. This is his litany. So you can see now this is the stage. There's one more stage to do, so I'll show you that after. Egyptology lovers. So now we finished plate 3, section 3. This is the completion of the Sokar procession. I'll show you the full one in the next video. But you can see here I am in full size and dressed in my proper form. And I'm offering 2 incense bottles, or oil could be. I'd probably prefer incense and oil on each. And wearing my regalia, which is Ramsidian, and with my collar as well. And I'm offering it to Sokar, the ancient god of the Old Kingdom from Saqqara, and he is sitting on his shrine with the alternating for life and stability with the word all, so it means all life stability and repeats. You can see the plinth is shaped like the Ma'at symbol on the bottom, and there's a reed mat on the bottom. There are 3 gods here who give honor to him. They're pretty generic, but I'll include who they are in the list up here. They're probably the Aeneid of the great Aeneid, 3 of them. And I put Ptah, who is very associated with Sokar. So now Ptah sits there and in his writing tool, and he is associated as well. So there you go. That's the completion, of course, with the winged vulture on top as well. Egyptology lovers. So now I've unrolled about 3 meters, 3.5 meters of the papyrus. It's quite large, so you could see what it looks like. So this is the procession. So what we have here is the very first one. You could see the Ra, the worship of Ra, the praising of Ra. And as we progress forward, I'm going to add some hieroglyphs. Now you see the litany of Ra, the many aspects, the 74, 75 aspects of Ra. And then we have a nice little column to give a worship again, praise to Ra. And then we move into Sokar, the god of the Old Kingdom. And here you see the procession with me bowing and then his barque. And then we move into the next section here, where you see his actual shrine and his offerings, and his 45 names will be added on top as well. And finally, we finish off with plate 3 here with Sokar sitting on his chair and Ptah on the very top over there. And this will be the final offering. And we'll move now finally over to Thoth.